All right. Good morning. Hello, Sunny. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful Monday. I am now hooked on Arc Raiders. Ooh. How is that going so far? I'm assuming you're running solos. My son's played it a little bit. He enjoys it. It's a very different type of game and how people approach it and stuff like that. Actually get teams. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's run it solo. I don't know if he's had friends to run as a team or not. He said that it's been fairly positive experience. A couple of members from Vanguard have been running with me. Oh, that's fun. That's awesome. Something I was just gonna check and it just went out of my brain. It went in and then went out. What was it I was gonna check? Oh, okay, that's not working. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's good. I was just checking. I was just reading a post on Threads from a gal that said it was talking about a ticket she had sent into Ingram Spark because the listing off of Barnes & Noble for her book had disappeared. And one of their reps said sometimes they remove indie titles from their website when they aren't selling. So I went to double check mine. I don't know if mine are selling or not at all. I haven't made very many sold copies. Hit a bridge I'll have to cross at some point with that. I don't know. Yesterday I went solo, and when I heard someone close, I started saying I'm friendly and singing "You've Got a Friend in Me" in Roxcom. That's funny. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Is it's fairly running through solos and stuff like that. Fairly cordial. Like it's not like people were expecting it just to be super fucking cutthroat, and it hasn't been. Which is unique and refreshing and good to know in that manner, but yeah, it's quite interesting. You've run into cutthroats. Yeah, I was gonna say they've got to happen, right? Like it's not going to happen. It's just, I don't know. It's an interesting idea on that type of. I guess that would be called. Oh, it's what Bungie's doing with Marathon. Happened for like an hour straight last night running duos. That's funny. Yeah, I can only imagine it's probably some days it's really nice and some days it's just freaking rough as shit. When we had a third join us, it finally settled down. Okay. I was thinking that it was looter shooter, but it's not looter shooter. It's that's what. My brain is not happy with me right now. Saturday had almost no issues with duos. I wonder if that's population based. It's a salvage looter shooter, yeah. But there's a name for it, isn't there? That's what Marathon is. They're an extraction shooter, so yeah. I was like Apex except you're salvaging. Yeah. They're all kind of playing with the same archetype type thing, idea. It looks interesting. I don't know if I would play it or try it out. I don't know if I've just gotten to the point where PvP stuff is just kind of meh. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I remember being into that type of stuff in the Halo days, especially Halo 2. And I tried pretty hard to climb the ranks and stuff, but I realized pretty quick that I hit a skill level that I couldn't really get past. I probably would have had to practice way more and do a lot of things, but at the time it was like, meh. But I don't know, it's sometimes I have fun doing those kind of things, sometimes I don't, and it's really hit or miss. I'm not fond of PvP. Yeah, it's I don't know. It always feels like I see these streamers online and they talking about even trials and stuff like that, and they don't like when the lobbies and stuff are balanced. It's like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, I want to play against people that are of my same skill level. Like, I want to have a good match, and even if it's like 49-49 at the very end, we're down to the last like strategic kill for the win of the match kind of thing. Like, I would prefer to have more stuff like that than just straight up trouncings of people. Like, I know sometimes that happens just due to, you know, gameplay, you know, comp, whatever it is that makes it so that you definitely like outplay your team, your opponents. But I also like if you have an NBA basketball team going against a you know, a middle school basketball team, like that's you're just gonna destroy them. Like, even a high school basketball team, they're gonna get just ripped apart kind of thing, and that's not the way to do it either. Like, I don't know. So I don't know what the balance is of that is. I did take some players down by pretending to be friendly to shoot you in the back is but to be friendly to shoot you in the back is scummy. Yeah. Well, and I know a lot of people will talk about like cheating and aimbotting and everything else like that, and yeah, there's that part of PvP, especially playing games online with people, where the cheating part of it, and that happens in every sport, where you choose to put the win over top of, you know, the actual play of the game kind of thing. So when it matters more to win than it is to play a good game. I never turn my back until we've gotten out of sight if I'm with a group. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Yeah, it's just weird. All of it's kind of weird. It's interesting how these little microcosms of like video games and stuff like that are they're the same no matter where you go. Because I was thinking about this, how this relates back to like the book industry and things that I'm doing with creativity and art, and being online and stuff like that, and theft and all those things. Is that my dog ringing the bell? Nope, she's already outside. That's the air conditioner blowing the little bells. To be the top number one in any circumstance means then you have to you have to be better than everybody else, which is weird. I don't know. And then to trounce on everybody else and make sure that they can't get anywhere near your title, and I don't know. It's I don't know. It's weird. I know I say it a lot. I just want to make cool shit, and hopefully people like it. If not, that's cool. I still want to make cool shit, but it's a weird place to be because you want people to recognize that you do cool shit. So I don't know what the balance of those things are. The games, playing games and stuff online, those are a little bit easier for me, especially now. I used to get pretty heated about stuff like that. But now it's a little bit better. Sometimes when I'm struggling with certain things, like I was having controller problems there for a hot minute, and playing PvP was I could definitely tell where the issue was buttons sticking and having issues and stuff like that. I was like, fuck no, that's nobody else's fault but mine for having faulty equipment. I definitely feel like I've gone back from my old ways of, blaming the bad connections or servers or whatever like that, and just being like, it's just the way it is. It's just part of, like, you have to accept part of the way the game is put together, or the rules of it, or what, things are allowed to be done. And sometimes game companies are able to go through and change part of that stuff, change the rules to try to make it fair, and people will be people and try to break what they can break and get away with what they can get away with. Just kind of human nature. Just kind of human nature in those ways. I think that's why I was surprised by how cordial people were being in that game, Sunny, is because human nature kind of shows us that it's very cutthroat out here. Like, it's dog-eat-dog world. Like, yeah. They don't pull punches in the real world kind of thing. So just to actually see that people were in a game like that is kind of set up to really ratchet up that potential to not be very kind and be kind of shitty, that people were choosing not to be shitty, was like, oh, okay, maybe there is a little hope for humanity in that respect. I don't know. Maybe we are going to make it out the other side. Oh. Okay. Things to do today. Things we changed this weekend. So I did sit down on actually yesterday in the morning time. Got a little time to sleep in, recharge batteries just a little bit, not a lot of it. And actually found myself with some time, a little bit of free time in the morning. And I just sat down. I had some ideas and some things I wanted to change with our cover, play around with some of that stuff. I know on Friday we worked with our Google Docs to get some of our blurb really refined down and get rid of some of the scraggly, shitty writing that I had done, and tried to get things focused down a little bit with some key sentences and stuff like that I wanted to try to use. I definitely want to try to get on the bandwagon of getting that finished today. But in the process of like looking at some of that, I also came through and did some changes here on our cover, as I said. Just a little bit. I'm not quite sure how much of it is going to stick. Showed some of these ideas to Mrs. Tahoe about the facial expressions for our character. I know we talked about this last week as well. Our little character here basically looked like this, without the little rosy cheeks. And I was looking at the mouth shape and stuff like that, and the eyes, and then looking at the stuff on the back and being like, it's all the same. So what can I do to enhance this or make this look a little bit different, a little bit better kind of thing? And I had come up with this idea. We played with this a little bit last week with his little O face, and added in the little blushing pieces here, and then actually moved his eyes looking down, and his facial expressions. You can actually see here his eyes and stuff are lower than they normally are because he's looking down a little bit here, because he's kind of realizing, oh, the box party surprise. So we kind of gave that little surprise look here on we're kind of reflecting on what the the title is a little bit. So I thought that was a good change. Mrs. Tahoe Dreamer also kind of like that idea as well. So nothing else mechanically changed with any of this other stuff. Just was working with facial expressions a little bit here. So I definitely feel like that worked out much better. So hopefully that's the last changes to that. I'm hoping. Never know when I'm gonna sit down and have a little free time and play with some of this stuff and just be like, I wonder, or see something on a show or whatever and want to change it up. So kind of the idea. Trying to figure out what I want to do as far as, let me open up. Let's see. How are you going to behave yourself if I open up Safari? It's going to eat a lot of resources. We'll go over to our Google Docs real quick. Oh, I must say, bonus stars are a load of BS on Mario Party. Lol, yes. There are no rhyme or reason to the bonus stars. It is just purely whatever. Like, yeah. So that last year when we were doing our end of year extravaganza Mario Party first annual New Year blowout, and I won with like 18 stars, where I just trounced everybody. I think I got one or two bonus. I got one bonus star at the end, which I was already destroying everybody. Like, there's no reason for me to get a bonus star at all. Like, so it literally is just random. It doesn't make any rhyme or reason sense at all. It's not trying to do anything. Just be a finicky little thing. So all right, let's do. Ooh, that's a cool effect. I didn't know it actually did part of that. We will bring up our properties. Oh, the dog was outside. There we go. We're back in it. Bring this up nice and big for y'all. Okay, so we did a bunch of work on this. I think we need to cut down a little bit more, see if we can refine it. We've got all of our words here that I think definitely associate with our let's get rid of that too. Associate with our blurb here. We definitely need to go through and clean up some more. A little time has gone by. Button says quite a bit. Button is playing in boxes. Usually a box means fun and imagination and play, but this one is a little different. Okay, so I think we need to combine. Okay, so these three are the same thing, just written in different ways. One day, new surprise box is brought into the house that brings with it a lot of questions. Okay, so this one's kind of combination. I like this. Buttons loves playing in. Okay, so I think the top sentence here is good. I think I'm happy with that. Because I do want to stress that that's one of the main things that's happened. My niece beat me twice because of bonus stars that got her to catch up with me. She had more coins. I was dominating. Yeah, that's the beauty of Mario Party, is that you can get trounced at the last minute. For sure. I like, yeah, it, maybe that is what makes it good, is because it is so random. So I felt like when we played older versions of Mario Party, it tried to keep us all way too close, and the end stars were the factor that determined who won. That was like on early Mario Party, on the first Mario Party on the first Switch. We would play that one, and every time it would keep us like, 3 or 4 stars. Everybody had about roughly the same, and then when they would dish out the bonus stars, that's when it would, like you said, would really dramatically change who was ahead, or if there was a different winner or whatever like that. But it felt like it was all way too scripted. Like it pushed us to be really close, so that the bonus stars were technically the only thing that mattered. I feel like the newer versions of, I think it's called Jamboree, Mario Party Jamboree, that they have out now, definitely, like when we played last year and I had all of those stars over everybody else, like, and I trounced everybody, I was like, this has never happened. Like there's never been a runaway victory like this. And it was wild. So even this year's Mario Party that we did was like, we had a lot more back and forth. There wasn't anybody that ran away with it. Definitely we trailed behind Jerf at one point or another, and he pulled a pretty big lead, and then we were able to reel him back in a little bit, which was nice. But yeah, it was, yeah, I don't know. It feels a little bit more, not necessarily random, but it feels like you could technically have a strategy going into it, even though it's Mario Party and strategy doesn't mean anything if you don't like win mini games or anything like that. So like there's too many pieces to be able to do. I think I really did get lucky last year with what I did and how I got set up with everything. So it was kind of crazy. I don't know. Fun game. I still love that game. 10 out of 10. Would play again. So had friends and stuff talk about the older Mario parties on like GameCube and stuff like that. And I played a couple, but I didn't own a GameCube back in the day. So I don't know what it felt like or what the difference is between that old versions of Mario Party compared to the new version. Better, worse, I'm not sure. The motion controls are kind of fun and interesting. Still have mine. Nice. I think that the motion controls had a fun little beat to it, as long as the controllers and stuff are working correctly. Yeah, Dreamer and I definitely need to buy either our own controllers so that we can play with the kids, or we may even need to just splurge at some point and get ourselves our own Switch, so that we can play games with the kids at some point as they move on, move around, move to different places, kind of thing. As time moves on. We'll see. Okay. Buns loves playing in box. Usually box means I like this sentence. One day, a new surprise bar out of the house that brings with it a question. Let's get rid of this. I think Buttons loves playing in boxes is kind of mimicked in usually a box means fun, imagination, and play. But this one's a little different. I think let's keep that for now. This mysterious new box appears in the house. You can't resist investigating. What's inside will change the house forever. Okay, so these... Okay, so that's... We combine those. That's... Those two are the same. These two are the same. Okay, and these two have similarities. Okay, cool, 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 cool. We're getting there, we're getting there. We gotta cut some more things. When a mysterious new box appears in the house, he can't resist investigating. What awaits inside will change the house forever. The surprise that awaits Buttons once he opens the box will change the house for years to come. Those feel like really good end sentences, not middle sentences. And it's kind of ominous. I don't know if I want ominous. Let's get rid of that at the moment. Okay, so that eliminates how similar those are a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't work here anymore. Let's move that. That one doesn't work there anymore. It may be a scrap sentence that we can get rid of. I'm not sure yet. You're on the cutting room floor here, friend. You may be out. But this one is a little different. Yeah, so now we're one day a new surprise box is brought into the house that brings with it a lot of questions. Okay, so now these two are the same. Can we combine these down? Mysterious box appears in the house. Something about investigating, because I think one of my words... I have to remember, don't use the scroll on my mouse because it's broken. It's so hard not to scroll on the mouse, is the hard part. Maybe if we unplug it, maybe that'll work better. Yay, we're free. Okay. One day, a new surprise box is brought into the house that brings with it a lot of questions. Do we want to brought into the house that he can't resist investigating? I like that. Brings with it a lot of questions. Let's open up. I'm gonna look at something real quick. Boop. Move that. Bring that up. Open that. Yeah, I think he does more investigating because he's looking around the box. He's not asking questions about the box. Weird, my people usually let me play in box, but this one is all closed up. I feel like I've seen one like this before, but I can't remember where. Yeah, he's investigating. Nothing underneath the box or around the back. I think we may need to change it to investigating. Copy. Let's get rid of this. One day, a new surprise box is brought into the house that he can't resist investigating. Not a wonderful sentence, but it's okay. We get the point across. Usually a box means fun and imagination play, but this one is a little different. Okay, so we need something to bridge the gap between those. Something happens with this that a small kid named Patch pops out. Let's get with this. A small kid pops out, and the two inseparable friends and are ready for the adventures that lie ahead of them. Laughter, friendship, and a box full of surprises. So let's get rid of this now, but we're gonna copy it. In a box, I want to get rid of that. And a change. It sucks, but getting there. Get ready for laughter, friendship, and something along those lines. Best viewers. Man, I was starting to get sad. We didn't get any of those last night on our other stream. I was thinking they might be leaving me alone, but I guess that was wrong. They're back. The bots are back. Okay. Yeah, so I think we need to shorten this up. Let's do tools, word count, display. Not the characters, we want words. It should be around... Okay, so that's pretty small still. 97 words. Not bad. Let's see. I'll have to open up... I don't know how many words are in the last one. I have to pull it and see. If I can guesstimate somewhere around how many words I need. Not that it really matters, because I can always make the font bigger or smaller depending on how the sentence rolls out. Let's go get rid of that. Don't save that. Let's head back over to our docs. Let's go ahead and move this so that it's visually off the page. Paste. Oh, that's right. Not that one. I have to do paste and match style. That's right. So that's about 45 words. So we definitely need to crush it down a bunch, which is good because we can simplify a lot. So 90, I think we said 97 where we're at. 97. So to get it down to like 50 words, and we have to have the title here in this blurb. So 6 words already, so somewhere around 44 is what we need to do. So yeah, we need to synthesize this down. We need to add a little bit more, flesh out some of this, and then really kind of compress it down a little bit more. Take out a bunch of the floofs words and stuff like that. Check on my outside camera here. I don't see the puppers, but I did hear her. So let me check on the back door real quick. Hold on. Nope, no, it wasn't her. I don't know what that was. River shaking, so. A little time has gone by, and buttons has grown quite a bit. I think that's fine. Let's move this at the moment. One day, yeah, okay, put this down here at the moment. One day, a new surprise box is brought into the house. Let's get rid of that. Usually a box means fun and imagination and play, but this one is a little different. Okay, so we've compressed that down a little bit. We're at 40 words there. I don't like this get ready for laughter. I do want to say something along those lines. We can also get rid of this, put a comma, because commas. Box means fun, imagination, and play, but this one is a little bit different. You know what I don't have activated for this? Ta-da! I have to turn this on again. I can't wait for them to come out with more updates and get the stability of all of this fixed. So annoying. It's better than it was. Like those first few streams after the upgrade to the new OS, those were rough. Like I could run hardly anything altogether. Like the fact that I can have OBS up. Like I've had to. My Spotify is minimized so that it's not on the screen. My Illustrator is currently minimized and not on the screen. So I can only have like one thing up at a time while I'm doing the stream, which is, I used to have way more. I used to have Safari, Chrome, Canva, Illustrator. I used to have all of those, and my cameras and all of that stuff all running on the previous OS, just all flawlessly, just no problems. Ugh. Anyways, but this one is a little different. I'll stop complaining. When a small kitten named Patch pops out, let's see. The house is changed for years to come. Oh, wonderful, but it's all right. Hey, it's a ghost guy. Oh, hello. We're doing writing today. The house has changed for years to come. So let's go ahead and break those apart here. Let's delete that out of there. Move this. Let's put that there. When a small kid named Patch pops out, the house has changed for years to come. Get ready for laughter, friendship, and something in Button's box party surprise. We need an and bravery, new things. Ooh, might change an environment. I think I click on the wrong stream. Is this the famous book writer? Yes, this is Tahoe. I love how you use my name directly. It's me, your fearless leader. I'm looking for Brad. Oh, no, he's not here. This is Patrick. Oh, why would you invoke that name? That is not my name. You know what's funny about that is people will ask that. They've asked me that all over the years. Oh, is your real name like Bradley or Brad something, Bradford, Brad, whatever? I'm like, nope, it's just Brad. They do the same thing to my son because his name is Jeff. And it's Jeff. And they're like, oh, are you Jeffrey? Are you, whatever other combination? And he's just like, nope, I'm just Jeff. I'm like, see, it's annoying, huh? Looking for Bradley. All right, ban him. Get him out of here. This is harassment. Yes, he has to live with the same shame that I do. You would do that to me in a heartbeat. Yeah, I would ban you in a heartbeat. Dang. How are you doing, Ghost Guy? How's everything? I guess things have changed. Doing okay. That's good. That's good. Okay is okay. Just moved into a house. Ooh. Yeah, that's right, Sonny. Are you feeling better? I know you were sick last week. Are you still sick? Are you still at home? A lot of stuff going on. Yeah, okay, so did you buy a house? Or you moved into somebody else's house? Oh no, I'm back at work again? Oh no. Ah, yes. Finally settled. Good. Thank goodness. We moved into a rental. Oh, okay, yeah. That's fine. We did that for a number of years. We had rental houses that we were in. Ooh, so, okay, were you guys living in an apartment together before, or is this like the official, I'm being nosy, is this official, like, you guys got a place to live in, you have moved in with each other now, like, official. We were living in an apartment together before. Okay, cool. For how long? I'm being nosy. I think you told me before. I think it was some time. Over a year? Okay, yeah, you're good. It's one of those things that Dreamer and I talk about all the time, where anybody who asks advice about it and stuff, we're like, move in with each other. See what each other are like. Like, it doesn't hurt you to experience that. And if there's stuff that they do that you can't stand, guess what? You learned that early, and you don't have to, you can get out of that much easier than waiting until too late. So, always recommend moving in and testing the waters. Once the new service and patch drops, I'll be back. I'll go back to that, but until then, Arc Raiders has its hooks on me. Ooh. It's just much harder if you sign a lease together. Yeah. See, this is why I put everything in Mrs. Tahoe's name. Everything. Cars, house. It doesn't matter what it is. So I'm statistically statistically going to die before her. So like it makes sense that the things would be in her name at the moment. So she has all the assets. My name is on some of that stuff, but like every time we go to change out our cars or do anything like that, we always ask them, be like, yeah, should I be on there? And they're like, do you make any money? I'm like, no. And they're like, fuck no. So like, oh, okay, cool. And all the debt. Yeah, she has all the debt. But that's the thing, is like, it's a catch-22 because her credit is also way better than mine, because I wouldn't say way better, but because we pay all the bills and everything through her name and everything, so her credit is really, really good. Mine's really good as well, but I don't have as much to be able to boost it up. So like the credit cards send her offers like constantly, being like, wow, you're really good with like spending money and doing all of those things, let's up your limit. And every once in a while they're like, yeah, we'll throw Tahoe a bone, and you can have a little bit of a limit increase, like, but not very much, because you don't do very much shit. So yeah, it's true. Our citizen is the reason my limit increased twice last year. That's funny. Oh my god, that's so funny. Do you guys have one joint account? Yeah, we do. We're separate and joint account. We have one joint account. We have joint account, joint credit cards. We actually only have 2 credit cards. One is the debit credit card. So technically, I guess we only have 1 credit card. Am I wrong about that? No, we do have 2. I do have one with my name on it. But we're both on each other's in that way. That's what we're going to do. Like, it's different for everybody. Like, we have Dreamer's sister and her husband, they have separate accounts and they make it work how they want to do all their stuff. So however people want to deal with money and stuff like that, it's fine. We always figured when in order to know how much we had together, it was easier to pool it together, because then we can see the number, right? Like, and I know it wouldn't be hard to just add 2 account numbers together kind of thing, but I don't know. It seemed like the idea at the time when we did our first account together. That's what we're going to do. We already have 1 joint account. That's what I kind of planned on, but I think it was just makes more sense to see it all together. Yeah, that's basically what we did. And the funny part is like when we went and did our first account, this is many years ago. They were like, oh, here's your login, here's your stuff for your online banking and stuff like that. And we've been doing everything together like that for years and years and years. And then last time I went into my bank and I was trying to set up an account for my son, they were like, oh, okay, do you want to put this on your account, or do you want to put this on your wife's account? And I'm like, what do you mean my account or her account? And they're like, well, you best technically have your own logins, each separate from each other. And I'm like, this is news to me. We've always been using the same one forever, because that's the system that they had put in place years and years ago, a long time ago, back when banks were new. So yeah, it's kind of like the Apple accounts and stuff. Like, no, everything you have to have your own separate account. You don't use the same account together. Like Dreamer and I run into problems all the time because we still log in with the same Apple account, the same one Apple account. So we share all of our photos and we share all of our stuff, blah, blah, blah. But we run into issues constantly whenever we change out our phones, where then everything gets fucking screwed up, or we start getting each other's voicemails or phone calls or blah, 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 because they swapped over and want everybody to have their own individual account that then they can connect all that stuff together. So banks are the same way. You got a toaster when you opened your account, right? Yeah, we did. Wait, we got a toaster? Fuck. I don't think we got our free toaster. Shit. Haha, that's what we're used to do, but I feel like I keep track of the bank account currently. You got $600 for opening up a joint account? Dang! Oh man, I think Dreamer and I need to go open up another account together. Tell them it's our first one. That's our first account. Give us $600. That's the digital toaster, yeah. They gave us a Roomba, is what they gave us. Who do you bank with? Probably not a wise idea to put that on stream. It's kind of why I was being a little vague without saying the bank name, just in case. Probably doesn't matter, but at the same time, it's no. That's a legit question. No. Oh, sorry. Haha, my bad. No, it's just one of those ones that crossed my mind when I was going to tell that story. I was just like, and the bank, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't throw out my bank name. Like, I literally have my where I live in the stream title. Like, maybe I shouldn't. I live at 642 Regal Court in, yeah. My social security account is 666 66 6969. Yeah. Wallaby Way, Sydney, Australia. That's where I'm at. P. Sherman 42. Yes. That's funny. We use an undisclosed bank in America. I don't know what else it's a national bank. So I know we're gonna go to ad break here shortly. Are you subscribed? No, I don't think Ghost Guy is. Did we give him a sub? I don't remember if he got a free sub last time you did a bunch of subs or not, Sunny. Do you remember? I feel like he did. Oh, we'll find out here shortly. Sunny did. Okay, so you do have a sub still going on that. Okay, cool. So we can talk a little bit while we're going to our break, which should be popping up here any second now. So it was a long time ago. That's fine. We did some other ones that pop. There we go. I know I gotta figure out, there's a way to convert some of the I've got to figure out, there's a way that I can like give people subs. It takes out of my the money that I make from ads and stuff like that. I gave like 5 here last month and like 20 on DPS as well. Yeah, that's right, you did. Maybe that's what I was thinking, is you goofball. Yeah, you gave out a whole bunch of ones on the DPS. We got random names up the Yahoo of people that got free subs, and we're like, I don't even know who any of these people are. That's the one I was thinking of. It was the DPS one is what I was thinking of. That's funny. Because I think Vern got one in here when you did 5 last month. Or I think Rachel got one. One of the random ones. That's what I needed for lunchtime. I love that we're getting commentary about the ads that Ghost Guy is watching while we're at this break. That's pretty funny. We'll switch over to Pupper's cam for the moment. She just finally settled down. She just came in from the great outdoors, so it's about it was 24 degrees this morning, so we've warmed up a little bit to 32, but it's still cold out there for sure. She loves it. She loves being out there. But she also loves being inside and being warm too, so I don't blame her. I do have a funny story to tell about this when we get back from our break too. Should be very shortly. Okay, there it goes. Good job. Good job, bot, for taking care of that. Hey, look at that. Community challenge is up to 75%. Thank you, Sunny. 23,368 raised out of our 30K. So we're getting there. Welcome back, Ghost Guy. Welcome back. Hey, Ghost Guy contributed some points too. Nice. Another 2,000. We're up to 84% now. We're getting there. We got 20 days left and about less than 5,000 points to raise for that. And we can give Sora a treat on the stream, which is good. Yes, they do cap you, and it is so you have to spend either 200 or 2,000. Those are the two options that they give right now. So I wish I could change it. I wish I could up it or down it or whatever like that, but they don't give me that option yet. I'm sitting on 25K points. Yeah, that's the thing, is like Sunny has so many that I wish there was something I could set up. I could set up a point hole where you can just dump a bunch of points into something, but like I want it to be something meaningful too. So I have 4K right now. Okay, yeah. Now you gotta come by more streams and then dump your points. I'm just saying. That's silly. Yeah, I think I need to come up with some more rewards for people to put things into. I think that's the big point. Let me see, where's our... I've been busy, my friend. Well, oh, dude, everybody's been busy. It's busy time. Busy time, busy life. I'm just playing with you. It's been fine. We've been doing good. We've been playing around with different things, doing dungeons. I've been slow playing the shit out of it. Haven't quite jumped over to my second character yet, which I think will be fun to be able to do. But you know, just kind of tackling little things, playing around with the sword, the lightsaber and stuff like that. It's good. It's fun. It's a cool little dungeon. I think they really went heavy into connecting the dungeon part of it with the lightsaber and getting all of the pieces from different places in the different activities. But no, it's pretty cool. Like it's a fun one. I like repeating that one. The music in it, I think the thing I love about this expansion the best is the Star Wars music. Is really fun. Like it really hits a vein when it starts playing sometimes, and when we're redoing like story missions and stuff. It's just like, ah, oh, dang, that's cool fucking music. Yeah. Because they did, so Salvatore's back, and they kind of blended the. I think they got the chance to go out to, what is it, Skywalker Ranch or Lucasfilms Ranch or whatever it is. I think they got to go out there and do some work with them to do the combination of music. So I did enjoy the story. Yeah, it was kind of fun. I'm excited and interested to see where that branches out. I'm going to be sad when it stops being Star Wars. I think that blend of those two things is actually super beneficial to some of this. I feel like the story beats and pieces that they blended in with Destiny really worked well together. So I don't know. It's cool. Like I'm very happy and satisfied with those parts of it. Trying to figure out all of the crazy things I need to do all the time, and playing some things with blueberries and stuff. Those are kind of wonky still a little bit, but I'm happy to. I feel like if I had really taken the first month and really crushed everything and done everything, I would be out of things to do now. It would just be no fun. But I'm glad that I'm kind of like doing my two days a week, playing through different things, doing stuff with other people, kind of stuff. So, and there's a possibility we might be able to get some raid teams together at some point. I'm not sure. I'm not pushing on that too heavy because they're like, you don't really get much out of them that is really relevant for much anymore. So I don't know. Because I feel like the story mission made me want to quit. Oh, interesting. So that's as far as I went. Interesting. Is it feel like it's too far out of the box for you, or just off in some ways? I kind of like that idea. So it's it's kind of similar to an idea that I had when for a little fanfic Halo thing that I put together with a friend many years ago. And Destiny has kind of harkened into the Dredgen idea a bunch over the years, but never really flushed it out. So I kind of like the play into these kind of rogue guardians, rogue factions that now these the Nine are trying to rope into doing things, and like I kind of like the play between a bunch of those elements, which is kind of cool. The rogue guardians thing really is kind of a cool idea. I feel like there's a lot of potential more things that they can do with this story and how it's set up. Whether or not they'll get to do that now that they're on the other side of all of the layoffs and cuts and everything, I don't know. But I definitely feel like they put a bunch more effort into this than they had in the past expansion. I feel like I just got annoyed with the state of the game and the grind, that when I came back I thought it would be fresh, but I just felt like I was just kind of over it and felt like the Star Wars part was just a money grab. No, I think you're right. I think I I definitely got to that. I was getting to that point too. Like, I would jump on Tuesdays or Fridays, and I'd be like, why am I here? What the fuck am I doing? Like, I want to be able to help people and do stuff, but when people don't really have anything to do, like, I can't rely solely on that kind of thing. So I was like, all right, well, what do I do? Do I just kind of putz around to do the things and have fun the way I want to have fun, and just, I'm kind of ignoring a lot of the systems that they put into this, like the tiered armor and stuff like that. I'm like, I just don't give a shit. I don't care. As long as I can get, I guess my character can be powerful enough to be able to do the activities that I want to do. I don't really give a shit about gear scores and combinations of things and stuff like that. I know it makes a big difference, but it just felt like more fluff on top of something that was not really working in the first place. Like, I'm glad they gave us more things, but they weren't meaningful things. So I was just like, fuck it, I'll play it the way I want to play it, and I'll have fun the way I want to have fun. It may not be what they wanted or intended, but don't really care. So but I feel like the rewards are not great. That's the thing. I don't think they matter or mean anything anymore. It's like, I have a postmaster full of exotic engrams, in my special engram, whatever collection thing that you have on your character. I just don't turn them in. I don't give a shit. Like, there's no reason for me to turn them in, keep them. Like, they don't boost my score ever, because most of them are like capped at 300. They're just kind of worthless in a lot of ways. Like, it doesn't, like you said, there's nothing fresh or interesting about those type of things, the rewards and everything. Yeah, you can chase the god roll, but how many times can you do that? Like, I don't know. Which I don't mind doing that. I just have been so removed from it. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's been in a state for quite a moment, quite some time now, that it's rough. Something that used to be like fun and exciting to go explore and play around with is just, I don't know, not that much. I think Sonny on last time he was on was like, hey, what are we not allowed to turn into the little ball anywhere except for Kepler? And it was like, yep, that's just a mechanic that doesn't exist anywhere else. It's like just a moment in time that doesn't make a goddamn difference in anything. It's like, okay, cool. I hate to like beat a dead horse here, but not everything can go on forever. Like this type of game storytelling and stuff like that, you can do more stuff in this Destiny universe if you want to, but at some point it feels like it has to have a clean slate. You just have to wipe everything, get rid of everything in everybody's vaults, get rid of whatever, let them start from the ground up again and move through the new things that you want to do. Like the fact that I'm still stuffing shit away in my vault for no fucking apparent reason. It's still that thing. Maybe this will be good, and you know what happens? The next season comes out and new stuff comes with it, and that stuff's better, and you don't touch the old shit. It doesn't make a goddamn difference. We do need a refresh. It needs something. And Marathon ain't it. This is not connected in any way. I do have to say some of the missions later in that campaign actually were pretty cool, where you get to ride around on the little sparrows that they give you, and the sparrows actually shoot, so you can actually like shoot enemies and blow things up, and like that one's cool. Some of the story beats later on are really cool that have to do with the dredging and stuff like that. So like I feel like there's a couple points you get to run around in one of the brigs at one point and shoot up everything. So fun little, those things are kind of fun. Like they're like, oh, this is cool, and I never thought I'd be running around doing stuff like this. I feel like they still need to do something with their spaceships, some kind of spaceship battle or something like that. I still feel like that's a missed opportunity. We need to we already have that. We had that before. Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, similar. I don't know, I just feel like the tier loot is my issues, that I think tier 6 loot should exist and it should be behind Master Dungeon raids or GMs. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing to chase. I get that. Well, I think we've talked about this for years, like when they finally got rid of the lower ends of the engrams. Like, do we really need greens and blues? Like, get rid of the greens and blues. There's just no reason for them. Make new tiers. I don't give a shit. Like, I feel like that's what they tried to do with tiered gears. Like, oh, we have to add more variation. Oh, we'll just add it here. It's just like, either make the ones that you have meaningful in some way, or get rid of the ones that don't fucking mean jack and shit, and then do something new. Like, get rid of engrams altogether. I don't give a shit. Just do tiered gear. Like, you just get tiered gear drops of stuff. I don't know. Concise. It needs to be like meaningful. It needs to be worth something. Time, effort. It's one of those ones that our cousins that joined our DPS group and stuff like that I played with for a little bit. Like, I don't know what to tell them about playing the game or anything like that. Like, it's not really, I don't know. It's not really good for either new players or players that are returning. And I think that is the roughest part of all of that, because I would have more fun if I could bring people in and, teach them how to do things or run things with them, and then I would get rewards and stuff for that. But there's nothing for that. Like, I'm just running it for shits and giggles, and it's not rewarding to them because they have no fucking clue what's going on. It's just, I know Azzacross and everybody else has made videos about all that stuff. It's rough. I don't know how to fix it though. That's the crazy part. Let's see. What I want to do with that. Yeah. Destiny is for anybody who didn't know, who may be dropping in to hear our rants and our raves, we're talking about Destiny 2, Bungie made game. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because I thought over the past like half of 2025, I really slowed down on a lot of things. And I know a lot of everybody else really slowed down. There definitely is some people that play a lot, and having a couple members and new people come in into the group and stuff like that has definitely like reinvigorated some of that. Going through like some old missions with people and doing that stuff was fun. But yeah, that's, unless there's some way to continue to, like, I don't know, and I really don't want to. I don't even know if anybody really wants to go around and be new. Like, how many more new? I don't know. It's without the excitement there, or people wanting to come back, then going and finding people to join your group to reinvigorate things. It feels like too many catch-22s. I don't know. I'm also working on a lot more of this type of stuff, where with my own book project and things like that. So my attention has shifted a lot as well. So it's, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's going on. I think it would be interesting to watch guys do the raid. Yeah, I think it depends on what we've got going on, where what happens. I would love to be able to get a crew together of 4 or 5 people that would be cool with going in and doing and building that teamwork, and helping pull people through the activities and stuff like that. Even a 6-person crew to build up that team would be really cool. I don't know if I want to put in a whole bunch of effort into that. I'm kind of back and forth. It's been interesting. Like, I felt like my activity really slowed down, like I said, over the past half year. But at the same time, that's when people started like talking more and being like, oh, we really like this stuff and really like doing and having that community and things like that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I thought we were all slowing down, but I guess we're at this one point. I guess we can just stay at that point at the moment, go from there. But I'll keep doing the things I'm doing. I wonder if they would get out of retirement. Lol. Yeah, I don't know. I was debating whether or not to stop doing like streams on Saturdays, just so I can reclaim some time for some other projects and stuff like that I've got going on. But I think I've kind of decided to keep doing them, but not do them as like, I was gonna say not as crazy, but that's not the word I'm looking for. The weird part is, this is the odd part. Like, so I've been streaming and archiving all of those streams for several years now. 400 plus episodes that we've put up on our DPS YouTube channel, and the videos don't do like super hot when I put those 3-hour videos up there. They do okay. I can go look at the stats real quick if it'll allow me. The dumb shorts that I make, and I say dumb because they're just public, yeah, like our videos, 2 views, 5 views, 1 view, 4 view. Like, we don't get too many views on the actual videos, but the shorts, we get thousands. Jesus Christ, that one jumped up to 1,411 now. It makes no sense. And they're just like public service announcements about the streams, and they're only 17 seconds long. So at the same time, I'm like, okay, so we are getting views for these stream announcements, but not for the videos themselves in certain ways. So like, do I keep doing them? Like, are they welcome to the short form content? No, like, that's the thing. Like, I've been making these for a while, and like, as soon as a lot of those other streamers and stuff were like, we're not playing Destiny anymore, and a lot of that crapped out, all of a sudden those views for those little shorts started going up. And I'm like, wait, why? These are not like crazy. They're not like, I don't know. People do like watch those because it's quick. Maybe they just like the artistic pictures that I take for the first 3 seconds, and then they hate the advertisement, and then they're okay with the last 4 or 5 seconds because it's back to cool backgrounds. I don't know. Let's try with that. Yeah, I'm trying to decide whether or not. So I'm not one, even with these streams and stuff like that, I'm not one to want to go and chase trends, and like, I don't care about the metrics and stuff like that too much, because as they continue to change things over and over again, it's going to ebb and flow however it wants to do. Like, I've seen people like rack their brains over this kind of stuff, and that seems annoying and daunting all in the same time. I think I said even at the beginning of this stream, I'm like, I just want to make cool shit and do fun things. That's all I want to do. So I'm trying to focus on just, if there's something cool that I want to do with, that's why I'm like, I'm going to be playing Destiny anyways on Saturdays. Like, I'll keep doing the streams at the moment just because they're a fun record of things that we've done. And the setup that I have right now is fine with what I've got going on. So like, I initially came to the conclusion being like, oh yeah, it's not, as long as I still have time and nothing needs to be overridden for like, if I get crazy on this book stuff, I'll have to make some changes on some of this stuff. But for now, everything is fairly stable. So how's your family been? Oh, good. My son's turning 18 here at the end of the month, so new life experiences abound and ahead of me, so that's fun. But yeah. Are you kicking him out? No. Actually, he's already signed up for college. He's already got his acceptance letter. He's gonna stay with us at home for his first year. Probably reassess when he goes to his second year, see if he wants to go do dorms or anything like that. But no, there's like, as far as like money and everything else, it was way more economical to stay home and go to school from here and stuff like that. So nope, he's gonna stick around for a little bit. We'll see what he does, what happens. Yeah, he's going to college. Yeah. He asks me all the time. He's just like, Dad, is college worth it? I'm like, who knows anymore? Too many things are wonky. There's no guarantees with anything. I told him, I said, you have enough skills right now with everything that you've done with your own graphic design, with your own 3D graphic understanding, animation, everything that you've done in school and worked towards and accomplished and achieved so far, like you have skills that you could technically go out and get a job doing some high level stuff for companies, businesses, advertisements, journalism, anywhere in those fields. Like you could do that right now. You'd have to go and work really, really, really fucking hard to do that. But you could do that. Or you can do college and get that extra education and stuff like that and have that experience of going to school for those extra 4 years as a full adult yourself, and see what connections you can make and what that applies for you. So it's like either one is a valid way to go and do that. Be more knowledgeable about the world and things about, or go and start working and gain knowledge about the world and everything, how stuff works that way. Both are the same. College just depends on what you want to do. Yeah. If you, I tried to explain it to them as like, if you would like to be a librarian at a library, then you actually have to go get your library sciences degree. So like they don't hire anybody who doesn't have that. So like that's a very specific thing that if you wanted to do, then yes, you would have to go to college to do those type of things. Or if you need some kind of MFA or master's degree or whatever it is, like if there's some kind of high level requirement for some type of job that you want to do, then yes, college is where you want to go and do those things. If you're kind of in between and not quite sure what that looks like, you can go either category. You can go either direction on that. College can either be good, it can be, but it, it comes with that financial burden in that way, or, if you have a lot of connections that you've made even through high school stuff that you've done, and you have a path to be able to go do work, go do it. My daughter is currently doing welding science at her high school, and it's the same thing for hers. It's like, so because you're studying in this blue collar, construction field, and she already has like a lot of opportunities and stuff like that. But I was like, you can do a lot of different things. You can go to college and continue doing welding science and figure out all of that. Or because this is such a in need of skill, you can just literally go to any union and get a job and sign up and do all that stuff too, and have that availability to you. So an in need and high demand skill like that. So it just kind of really depends on what you want to do. So she can be an underwater welder. Yeah, she could be. Yeah, she's into welding and art and stuff like that. I think she wants to do like decorative metal work and stuff like that at some point. We'll see where she ends up. She's currently doing she actually has a club she's a part of that is associated with NASA as well. They're building their own little Mars rover project. It's a competition that NASA puts on from all the high schools, and they bring them out and stuff like that. So she's working on being on that team this year, and she's actually got to design the t-shirts for the team. So she's getting to do that kind of stuff. So like, if you get those connections and that people recognize you, and you do really good work for this club, and NASA comes at some point and be like, we really like what you've done XYZ on yada yada yada, they might recruit you straight from there. Who fucking knows? You never fucking know. You don't know. Just do the things that I think the advice I give both of them is like, do the things that make you happy and are interested in, and your mom and I will have your backs here, so you will always have a place to fall back to if you try something, it doesn't work, and you need help, you need a space to land in. We'll always be here for you in that way. But yeah, in the meantime, go do fun, cool shit. Like, figure out what it is that makes you happy in those ways and makes things sustainable and stable for you, and all of that. So Yup. Don't go for the money, go for what you have a passion for and what you enjoy / good at. Yeah, exactly. As much as like my early years doing like construction were hard and tough and everything like that, they also did lend really well into my creative, collaborative abilities and stuff like that. Like understanding building houses and stuff like that, getting to know systems and structures and, plumbing and electrical and, insulation and all the different components of the industry. And then taking those things that I learned and then reapplying back to my art and my creativity and things like that. Super fucking helpful. As much as they were hard, though. They were hard. And I did suffer. I don't think you ever come out of some kind of construction industry without some kind of, injury, some kind of, you pay the price for that type of manual hard labor kind of thing, but you also have a wealth of knowledge that a lot of people just really don't have too. So it depends on how you want to apply that. Like I set up a lot of my drawings and stuff like that around kind of those ideas that I learned from construction work. I learned a lot. What was I gonna do? I know you're not distracting me because this is what this is all for, is just talking and working at the same time. It's just all kind of mix and match together. Sometimes the conversations actually lead to aha moments where I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I should put there. I don't like this idea of pops. Maybe I do like it pops out. No. Oh, and for anybody watching this, yes, this is the part I struggle with. The writing part is a struggle for me. Sorry, I had to step away. Sales rep asked me something. No worries. How is work going? Is everything going good? How are you, my friend? I know you've been busy, you've been doing lots of things, but lots of good things have been going on for you as well. I know that. How is the missus? I know you're not married yet, but that's when you've lived in the same house for long enough, it just kind of, I did this with Dreamer too. I was just like, oh, well, I'm going to marry her, so I'm just going to start treating her like we're already married because we live together, we share all our stuff together. It's like, makes sense. Work is more busy than ever. Interesting. I kind of miss the days of just doing these set things, but now I have a lot more things that are going on. Interesting. Moving up in the world. Yeah, okay. I thought so. Yeah, those higher, when you start moving up in those chains, it's definitely an interesting spot to be in. more responsibilities. Yeah. Fiance and I are doing good. Good. That's excellent. I wouldn't think anything would be up if you guys have been living with each other for a year or so. Then you guys are stable enough with that. You will get monkey wrenches thrown at you every once in a while. I can tell you that from experience in my own marriage and stuff like that. But it's just things. They're just things and stuff that happen. And 99% of it is shit that's either out of your control or other bullshit that has nothing to do with, being together. What kind of monkey wrenches? Oh, fucking life. Like, we went through economic crashes. We went through losing jobs, we actually lost the rental place that we lived in and stuff like that. Like, it makes it hard and tough, but those are all external factors, shit that just fucking happens to everybody. And it's never the partner's fault. It's never whatever like that. It's like, I've seen people become, vindictive about those things, and this is just all shit. This is just all shit that happens. Yeah, control what you can control. Kids happen when they happen, there's been stuff that's happened with both of our kids over the years, whether it be like surgeries or therapy or whatever the heck's been going on, just really, you roll with the punches in a lot of ways, but it's an understanding that it's not, you've got each other's backs in a lot of ways, I think is what it is. And sometimes it may not feel like it, sometimes it may not seem like it, but yeah, if you're truly into it, yeah, you'll highs, lows, whatever the fuck it is, you'll be there for each other. Lots of things are out of control and you have to be okay with that and realize that. Yeah. Dreamer and I, it's interesting, the past few years, been quite interesting. A lot more conversations, and I think it's partially because we are reaching that point where our kids are reaching I would say full independence mode, where they can choose to go off and do basically anything they want to do, get their own place or whatever like that, and realizing or being I think we've been trying to figure out how we want to change now that is the pending thing that is coming up, because, and that's part of the reason why we're doing that podcast on Sundays, is looking at us being in parent mode, and turning that on all of those years, and just being like gung-ho, like on it. And now what does that look like when we have to start turning off some of those old systems that we were using for so long? And what does that look like, and how do we mitigate that, manage that, understand it, talk about it is a huge one, so that we're on the same page. I think it's a cool and fun adventure to go on and do all of these things, and it's a lot of work sometimes, it's a lot of learning sometimes, it's a lot of changing, it's a lot of everything, and it's okay as long as you're willing to be able to do all those things. It's okay to fail at some of those things too. Learning that one as well. I don't know. I wish I had I'm not one of those people that can be like, oh, this is the advice you need to live by and blah, 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 blah. Like, I wish I had that. I'm just not that type of person, because I know every situation is different for everybody. So I don't know. I'm always big about talking. One of my bigs is I over communicate, and sometimes to a point I beat a dead horse. Yeah. A dreamer threw me under the bus for that last night on our podcast. She's like, yeah, you just keep talking about the same thing. I tuned out like 10 minutes ago. I was like, God damn it. I'm like, fair enough. I did over explain things too much. I think it's not a question of, I think it's wanting to make sure that we are, one, being understood, but also making sure that the person that we're talking to knows that we're respecting and honoring them in those ways. And I think that's where the over communication comes from a lot. Even though it comes off as like trying to make somebody understand, it's just like, no, I have to tell her sometimes, it's like, sometimes I have to say certain things out loud physically to hear them myself, because when I say them in my head sometimes, it's nice and pretty, but it does not ring the bell like it does when the words actually come out of my mouth. Because sometimes I will say something in my head and be like, oh, that sounds good. And then when I say it out loud, I'm like, oh, that's the dumbest thing ever. Like, so sometimes that there is a difference between those two things. So communication is, especially when over explaining things and over talking about things, is hard. Sometimes it's not about for that person. Sometimes it's for you too. So I think for me is I hate when people don't talk to me about things and just do things with communication. It's more passing along the information. But I agree with you, what you're saying. I do the same thing. A lot of times it's for me, haha. Yeah, but that's the thing, is like, it should be. Like, I think when people say stuff out loud, they actually then hear it and they're like, oh, that sounds funny. That's weird. And I've been bad about that early on in my life, and I'm better about it now, because I'm definitely a very like internal, logical, think everything in my brain through first and then speak my words kind of thing. And I'm not saying like take off the filter and just say everything. Like, I don't think that's a responsible way to do it either, but I think there needs to be a balance in between those two things, where you do need to be more open to communication and stuff like that, but also have that wherewithal to be able to think a little bit ahead of it and make sure that you're proofreading your and structuring your stuff in a way that is I was going to say amicable, but it's not the right word. Consistent, concise. I don't know, something, one of those adjectives. Dreamer and I did see that people that talk to themselves, like when they're by themselves too, actually that's a way of like emotional regulation and stuff. So do you find yourself like you talk to yourself when you're alone, like say you're driving somewhere and you're talking through issues and problems like out loud, kind of thing? I know what you're trying to say. I have. Yeah. So like, that's the thing, is that really fills in, or that really connects with that idea that you saying things and over explaining things is also like an emotional regulation thing that you were doing for yourself as well. So I know it's annoying sometimes when it just goes on and on and on and on, but it's helpful in a lot of ways for the person that's doing it. So Yeah, like I said, it's balance. Finding what that balance is. I don't on the regular, but yeah. I do it more often in the car. I think most guys do. Like I talk the most to myself when my brain and eyes are focusing on managing driving things, but then I can process some things in the background, and talking is an easy way to be able to do like outward processing, not internal processing. Welcome to Advice Day with Tahoe. This is your therapy session for the day. That's good stuff, though. It's all good stuff. I think that's kind of why I like doing these streams and stuff like that. Is yes, as much as I would love to get work done and stuff like that. Like if I was just concerned about work, I probably wouldn't do the streams. But being able to talk to people and think about things, it helps stretch my brain too, right? Like it's all useful in a lot of different ways. It's that connection piece between other human beings and stuff. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming in here and saying hi, and us getting off in the weeds on topics. For anybody who does that. Okay. Keep rereading these over and over and over again. Like I feel like I'm close here, but shoot, we even did here on one of these episodes, somebody dropped by, I think it was Bryce, and we had to debate or talk. I had to talk about for like 45 minutes about whether or not water is actually wet or not. So like you never know what you're gonna do on these streams. These are just like honest thinking, talking streams. Like yep. Oh dear Lord, is water wet? Yeah. Because we don't really have sensors for that. The world may never know. I know you're thinking to yourself, Tahoe, that's a dumb question. Of course water's wet. But how do you know? What is telling, see, we're getting off into the weeds again here. What is telling you the water's wet? Because what you're feeling is just the temperature difference between the water and your skin. Like we don't have receptors that give us that information. So like we went off in the weeds. We're like, okay, does it have to do with absorbency? Does it have to do with what does it have to do with? Like it's an off in the weeds. We're not going into this. No, we're not going into this. I'm just saying, like that's kind of where we went to when I was doing this before, when we talked about this and some of the scientific articles and stuff that we read, and it was a whole thing. Yeah, it probably definitely gets down to the atoms. We're getting off into the weeds, because then we could talk about, do our atoms actually touch, because they never actually bump into each other. So we're off into the, let's talk about energies in the molecules. We're passing positive and negative protons to each other. Just where I was going with that. Yep, I knew it. I knew exactly what was happening here. I'm on it. I'm in tune with it. I gotcha. Are we really here? God damn it. We're definitely off into the weeds. Yikes. Ooh, thank you, Sunny.
Sunny
I will go back to Illustrator, and I will save that. Thank you. Luckily, our work for in Google Docs here is auto-saved, so that's a wonderful thing. We always. Lol. Alright. I'm going to bounce. Alright, Ghost Guy. Thanks for coming by and playing for a little bit. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. If you need anything from me, just let me know. I'm around things. I answer messages on Discord. Frequently, actually. But yeah, if you need anything from me, let me know. You know where to find me. I'll be here on Wednesday and Friday as well, so. Cool. Later. All right. We've got another break coming up here pretty soon. Yeah, we'll do in 3 minutes. It says that we're gonna get our next break here. Let's see if we can do. I hate getting to that spot when I'm working on something where I'm just staring at it for hours. I think that's why I like the distraction there. I hate staring at it for hours because I feel like I'm not making any progress anymore, and sometimes I'll jump to doing something else, but I really want to get this one done. I don't know how to. I don't know if I can brute force this or not. Sometimes I just may need to stare at it and sit with it for a minute to really let it sink in. I really don't like this sentence. We need a connector sentence from here to here. That's not bad. Okay, so we can separate that. That's good. Let's move that. Okay, so that's going to be our last sentence. We can go away. Yeah, I think that's better. Connector sentence there. Need to make that sound better. Let's get rid of and. Almost need to combine these two in some meaningful way. Okay, so we got about 20 seconds here. Let's go ahead and swap over to our assistant cam. Oh, she moved a little bit. May have to move our camera. Did this sleepy girl. All right, peoples, we're going to take a break here, and then we'll come back and hopefully keep working on our blurb. Damn, those ad breaks are really fast. I really need to use these 3 minutes or the pre-time to get on the ball a little bit better. Oh, it didn't do the time this time. Did you bump into the camera? Okay, my timer's not on. Why is the timer not on? Huh. I only did half of them. Okay, so now we should be back on. That was interesting. The bot did not do that correctly for some reason. I don't have time to go get something to drink. Dang it. I'm getting thirsty though. Okay, we should be back. Okay, so it took away all of that stuff. Let's do a little double check here real quick. Okay, so why is it not bringing up the timer now? Will it do it correctly here? Okay, so it did it correctly there. Now it's doing it correctly. Okay, weird. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what was happening there. Okay. A little time has gone by and Buttons has grown quite a bit. One day, a new surprise box is brought into the house. Usually a box means fun, imagination, and play, but this one is a little different. Okay. When a small kid named Patch pops out, the house has changed. I don't like this. Let's just go through systematically and see what things I want to change. Everything changes? Okay, I think that might work. And then put this together. Yeah, everything changes. The two quickly become okay, yeah. Several friends and are ready for adventure. I don't like this. My head. The two quickly become inseparable friends and are ready for all the adventures that lie ahead. Is there a different way to write that? Oh, okay. Yeah. Ready for every adventure. Yes, I know that needs to be changed. That lies ahead. Ooh, did we just do it? Did we get this done? It depends on how many words are in it. 76 words. Ooh, we might be able to make that work. A little time has gone by, and Buttons has grown quite a bit. One day, a new surprise box is brought into the house. Usually a box means fun, imagination, and play, but this one is a little different. When a small kitten named Patch pops out, everything changes. The two quickly become inseparable friends, ready for every adventure that lies ahead. Get ready for laughter, friendship, and fun in Buttons and the Box Party Surprise. Hey! That actually sounds pretty good. Like, I might want to change some of these. I think they're adjectives. I don't know what the fuck they're. That actually sounds pretty good. So for clarity reasons, I did take those, what did I take? I took two of those sentences and I put them into GPT and told it to rewrite them. And as normal, they were poopies, but what it did give me is 2 words, which I changed in our setup here to make things right. I did everything. I shortened this to everything changes because I realized that's what it was. What I was trying to say was I was trying to shorten it down to that. And then this one where it changes to I didn't like the extra piece at the end, the lies for the year ahead or whatever the heck it said. I like that shorter because we definitely need to make it shorter. But the other one was basically it just gave me the word every and I just used it twice is what it gave me. I like that much better. So I think the interesting thing about like using GPT sometimes is that it's not about sometimes what it pops out, but the context of how it structures them together. So I know I've talked about this before where I don't have it just give me one answer. I have it give me many different answers. So like it's breaking them down into warm and classic, playful and friendly, gentle and storybook style, short and sweet. And kind of like I used to do in college where we had to go to the library and get sources for papers and stuff we would write, and you would read somebody else's writing and then you would synthesize it into your brain and be like, okay, what does this mean to me? How do I interpret this? What does this sound like in my voice? And then you would write your paper, write your article, write whatever it is that you were writing. I think I still use this like that, where I take all of these versions that it's based off of my written stuff, and I look at it and I read it and I say, okay, what does this sound like? And what words is it using to make connections between the sentences that it's trying to put together? And I feel like that's helpful to me in the writing process instead of just like staring at it for whatever. I might have been able to come up with or think of every using the word every in these spots and shortening some of this stuff down to it, but like it just kind of gave me a hint at what I could do in certain ways, and then I could structure it the way I wanted it to. So the other part of kind of using this process is then now that I've got this, and I'm actually fairly happy with what we've come up with here now. For left, I think I definitely want to change out a couple of these words. I always go through, so I will take the blurb and I'll put that, like if I'm pretty happy with this, I'll put it into GPT again and see if it comes up with multiple versions like that again, what wording changes, or if it rearranges some of the structures and stuff like that to see what it comes up with. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's shit. It just kind of depends on how I want to go. But I think we've done a fairly good job of, especially over the past couple streams, of really weeding this down and getting it really close to what I wanted. So I might not need that. Like I said, I think I want to. I think I like friendship. I don't know if I like laughter, because I don't do a bunch of laughter. I don't want to invoke the word surprise because we have it in the title again. I think I like friendship and fun. Special event memories. Into caring. Companionship. Oh, I'm also using the word fun twice, so I might need to bump that one. I wonder if we just get rid of fun and just use imagination and play. No, because it is fun, so we might have to change this one too. Get rid of our laughter, friendship, and fun. Let's do a Google search real quick. I know a lot of authors use this as a tagline for their stuff. Okay, so Google search says, to express sentiment of laughter, friendship, and fun, consider these alternative phrases. Enjoy the moment. Have a blast. Have some memories. Live it up. Get loose. Call to embrace the moment. A way to suggest letting go of restrictions, enjoying the fun. And a reminder to savor the present and appreciate the experience. No. The other idea would be to go and grab a bunch of books off of Dreamer's bookshelf and read through the blurbs on the back as well. Let's see what those look like. I don't know. Okay, hold on. I do have a bunch of manga here right now. Sendo has a passion and talent for painting and drawing that propels him into the world of doujinshi. Soon Kazuki's life is absorbed in drawing and manga and attending a multitude of comic conventions. Sure, his new career as a struggling artist has begun, but at what cost to his friends and family? That's a blurb on that one. Look at number 2. On the next comic bar comes becomes the target of an explosive menace who threatens life, liberty, and the pursuit of Dojinshi. Kazuki joins forces with Subaru, an idealistic young beauty who believes in the power of zines. The dynamic duo form the Comic Pie Rangers, who will fight for the right to Comic Party. But will Kazuki act like a superhero or a super zero? Always weird how books do that. How will it turn out? Tune in next time. Okay, let's look at Horimiya. At school, Hori is known for being smart, attractive, and popular. On the other hand, her classmate, the boring, gloomy Miyamura, tends to get painted as a loser fanboy. But when a liberally pierced and tattooed, not to mention downright gorgeous, Miyamura appears unexpectedly on the doorsteps of secretly plain Jane homebody Hori. These two dissimilar teenagers discover that there are multiple sides to every story and person. So lots of different ways to put together blurbs. Those manga don't actually mention the title of the book that they're in, but I think kids' books definitely do. Hold on for 1 second. I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab a couple more examples because I want to look at. So you gotta have materials to be able to look at and breeze through. So I'll be right back. Okay, reason. What? Did my microphone just die? What the heck happened there? No, it's back online. Okay. Let me double check some things real quick on the stream. Huh. Weird. Okay, that's the thing. Like I said, having Mrs. Tahoe bring in all of her books, put in her new bookshelf and stuff like that. So now I can just go over and grab a handful of her kids' books that she's kept for years and years, and look at those as examples as well. So, let's see. Hugless Douglas. Oops. There we go. I want to get rid of that. When a young brown bear named Douglas goes off in search of a hug, he can't find one anywhere. The big thing he hugs is too oof heavy. The tall thing he hugs is too ouch splintery. And the comfy looking thing he hugs quivers and trembles and runs away. Join Hugless Douglas on his hilarious search for the perfect bear hug. Yeah, so we've got all the things here. Things that he does, things that happen, and what he's going to go do. So I feel like we have the structure correct for what we've got here. With this get ready for laughter, friendship, and fun, but I think some of the words we need to change out. Okay, so that's Hugless Douglas. Oh, there's this one's the little mouse, the red ripe strawberry, and the big hungry bear. The little mouse, oh man, book is starting to come apart a little bit. The little mouse will do anything to save his strawberry from the big hungry bear. The bear holds all the cards, but who is playing the fox's role? That's an interesting one. Very minimalistic back on that one too. Okay, here's more of a modern one. This is the Splat the Cat book. There's actually no blurb on the back of this one. Interesting. Interesting. No. So Splat books do not have blurbs on the back. They just have their reviews. New York Times bestseller. Humorous touches in the highly textured illustrations delight. There you go. Same thing with another one. Praise for Splat the Cat. New York Times bestseller. Humorous touches. Oh, that's the same review. Okay. Praise loves Splat, the New York Times bestseller. A perfect choice for Valentine's story, hours, or Splat fans any time of the year. This one is praise for the Scaredy Cat Splat, a #1 New York Times bestseller. A lot of like interesting. Okay, so no blurb on those, which I think is fascinating. The biggest kiss. This is an elephant and a penguin. Everyone needs kisses, so what could be better than a book that is full of them? Do worms kiss underground with the soil all around? Do fish? Oh, this one rhymes. Do fish kiss like this? Splosh, splash, splish. From big kisses to small kisses, there's a kiss in this book for everyone. Interesting. So that was a rhyming blurb. In a cave in the woods, in his deep dark lair, through the long cold winter sleeps a great brown bear. Another like rhyming type one. Last one I grabbed does not have a blurb on it either. Not every book has a blurb. It does have a dust jacket on it. So we'll take it off. Nope, no blurb on that either. So it feels like I think it's all right. Like I said, I really don't want to. One, I have to change out the fun because I don't want to repeat that. We get it. It's fun. We don't need to repeat it twice. And I think I want to change out laughter and fun, but I need to come up with different words for that. Get ready for, because we definitely have mystery. Maybe we need to change the order of them? Let's see. You're ready for mystery, friendship, and just trying it out, see if I can find. I don't want to use the word surprise. surprise either. I was gonna say get ready for a surprise. No, because we've already talked. When a small kitten named Patch pops out, everything changes. It's not laughter. Trying to think of the story, how it's set up. I can bring up Illustrator real quick. Go to our layout. What was the word we were using earlier? I deleted it. This is a problem when I delete things. He wanted to investigate, but no, I don't want to invoke investigation. Ready for every adventure that lies ahead. It's kind of a retelling of what we just separate that. I think we can get rid of buttons, loves, filling in boxes, because I don't think we're going to use that. So the way this sentence ends, the two quickly become inseparable friends, ready for every adventure that lies ahead. It needs this get ready, which it's very much a trope sentence to use, I know. I think part of the problem with always trying to come up with something original is that when you know the tropes or you hear them, you're like, I don't want to use it, but at the same time, it's like the only good option for stuff, especially when you're doing this type of writing, putting things together. The song is also not helping in this situation because it's very down and depressing. Okay. I could change that. Let's put into, okay, I think I have a different idea on how to ask GPT for this, because the other ideas are dog boo-boos. Rewrite this, but in a different vibe. Let's see what it comes up with. I'm trying to get some different vibes going from some of those other books that I pulled from the bookshelf, but they didn't really give us much help on that. They give us different ideas of how those are written, but not kind of what we are writing. Okay, here we go. Get ready for giggles. No. Prepare for smiles. Ugh. Snuggle in. No. Step into. No. Dive into. No. Join the excitement. No. Open the door. No. Discover a charming tale. No. Enjoy a delightful story. Turn the page. I could just cut that. I'm going to duplicate this so I don't lose it. I did not duplicate that correctly. Do that. Just straight get rid of. The two quickly become inseparable friends, ready for every adventure that lies ahead. In Buttons in the Box Party Surprise. It's kind of like, are all the adventures happening in this story? Everything else up until that point looks good. When a small kitten named Patch pops out, everything changes. The two quickly become inseparable friends, ready for every adventure that lies ahead. No, that has to be a period. It has to stop there. This has to stop. So we definitely have, I feel like there's definitely something wrong here. Or wrong for me here. And it has to do with this part. Get ready, and it's not bad, like it works, but and it is a typical way to end one of these type of blurbs. Okay, so is the last sentence in a blurb kind of a retelling of everything we just said? Okay, so I think this is where I get into the weeds with the writing parts of this, is because I'm coming at this not having a master's degree in children's literature and everything else like that. I'm trying to backwards engineer, deconstruct the way other authors and writers have done this type of things for years and reformulate it in my brain to do the thing that I want it to do. I think is what I've got going on here. Which I think that is what writing is about. Like, I think if it was just writing stuff, like I feel like when I write the books and the narrative part of the story, I have a vision for how I want it to look and sound and progress and move the way I want it to do. And I don't have a lot of classical training in writing, especially for children's books and literature. I have a lot of like comic and like I said, manga and graphic novel, like those in my back pocket that I've been a part of and read and over the years. But I feel like the story stuff, that's artistic license things. You get to write in your voice and how you want to do it in that way. But things like book blurbs and I know there's some other stuff that I have to write for this, kind of like the other part of the back of the book. This one, the Stitch Tale, is an exciting series that weaves together true stories that have been greatly embellished over time. Join Buttons, Patch, and Sora. Like, this is like an industry standard, like, way that you would write it kind of thing that I put together. This one is on the book every single time. So there are some forms of writing that you have to structure in an industry way. And I feel like this is one of those. The book blurb is a very much industry way to put things together. So, like, putting this, get ready for laughter, friendship, and fun, it seems very much in the vein of what it's supposed to do, even though I'm fighting it in my head, telling me it doesn't fit with, and I've run up against this a couple times when I've written these and stuff like that, and eventually I defer to leaving it like this. Like, I'll probably leave it like this, even though something bothers me about it and I don't know what it is. Right. Yeah, eventually it feels like I just have to the struggle is real. I apologize. Oh, that's an interesting way to do it. So we had GPT give us a few examples of different ways to kind of remix or start this sentence again. I just asked it to give me 10 more, and one that jumps out at me I'm gonna combine together with something else. It's using, yes, okay, so it's using this. No, I want to use let's celebrate companionship. What's another word? Excitement? No. I don't know how to spell this. I-O... This I-T-Y? Is that correct? Hey, I was right. And something... Family? Celebrate shit. Oh, wow. Companionship, curiosity, and family. That seems like a stretch. Oh, the word's sitting right there in front of me. D-I-S-C-O-V-E-R. And discovery, because we're discovering something. No, I want to rearrange these. Let's move this. Curiosity. Discovery. And companionship? You two quickly become inseparable friends, ready for every adventure that lies ahead. So celebrate. We may need to change that. Celebrate curiosity, discovery, and companionship in buttons and the box party surprise. Because we have curiosity at the beginning, we have discovery that happens in the middle, and then we have companionship. So like we are hitting all three of those points. So we definitely have the wording. They might be the wrong words. I think companionship is too long. Or too wordy? This is the other one. And friendship. This one I could change to family. Family and... we're not siblings because we make that joke. Mentor. But new family? No. We actually used two of the words in our breakdown here, which is good. They're right there. Right there biting me in the butt. What is our word count? 74. So we're getting pretty close here. Let's do that. Let's go back over to Illustrator real quick. Oop, which I don't have activated. Let's get that for the moment. Where are you? Down here. Okay, so we may have to figure out how to shorten that down. Yeah, we definitely have to shorten that down. Poop nuggets. Okay. Oh wait, got this on there twice. That'll save us a little bit of room, not a lot. Yeah, I want to definitely get it. I want to get it closer to 10. Oh shit. Okay, we could just crash Illustrator. That's fine. Yeah, send report. Okay. We're gonna ignore that at the moment. Well, it took us back to here, so. Thank God Sonny told me to save it when he did. Holy smokes. Okay, so this is 10.35, so close to that 10 mark. Okay, so we definitely have to reduce down. We definitely have to reduce this down. I think it's a good blurb, but it's too long. Let's make sure you guys can see this. Okay, yeah, that's working. Perfect. Okay, so okay. So we definitely need to make this shorter. We said what, about 50 words? And I think we ended up at 70. Yeah, we ended up at 74. So we gotta figure out how to compress this down a little bit here. This is where the next part of this is useful. Ba, 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 ba. Let's see if GPT can compress this. Okay, that's about what I was thinking. Okay, so let's do my idea here. I like this sentence. I like this sentence. Copy. Paste. I think those are two good beginnings and endings. We have 25 words, so we have to compress the rest of it down to 25 words. Okay. Okay, when a surprise box arrives, it seems like, oops, I spelled arrived wrong. Seems like fun until a small kitten named Patch pops out. Okay. Is there 42 words? Everything changes the two. Is there a better way to put this? No, I don't want to do everything changes. I want to just skip to the two become inseparable friends. Ready for adventure, every adventure that lies ahead. Friends, comma, ready for endless adventures. "51 words, look at that. A little time has gone by, and Buttons has grown quite a bit. When a surprise box arrives, it seems like fun until a small kitten named Patch pops out. Probably need a little bit better. The two become inseparable friends, ready for endless adventures." Still a little rough. The two become inseparable friends, ready for endless adventures. Celebrate curiosity, discovery, and friendship in Buttons and the Box Party Surprise. You can also change it to get ready for. Okay, cool. Let's try that on our what's that? Okay, we're not. Let's try it in here. Okay, so we should be at 10.35 with our Anime Ace font. Sweet. We can get rid of this one. Look at that. We fit it in there. Okay, we're going to make a couple adjustments. Bam, we are dang close now. A little time has gone by, and Buttons has grown quite a bit. When a surprise box arrives, it seems like fun until a small kitten named Patch pops out, which it does. He gets a little scare out of that, so like that's a great sentence for that. The two become inseparable friends, ready for endless adventures. Celebrate curiosity, discovery, and friendship in Buttons and the Box Party Surprise. I think that's a pretty good blurb. I think we're right We're right on the money here pretty quick, pretty close. We'll reduce that down to 10. And it fits kind of with our little imagery we've got going on here. We've got boxes that are going on. Yeah, I think we hit. Okay, we gotta save this, remember, because we just had a crash happen. Yeah, I think that's pretty dang close there. I think we might have gotten it. Let's see. Okay, so we don't need that anymore. Quit that, because this is weird. Okay, there we go. All right, we've got a minute and 30 seconds into our last break for the afternoon here. Sorry that took so long. There's a bunch of weird things that happened in that, and we got distracted back and forth and running around and doing a bunch of different things, which is all part of it, all part of the things. But I think we came up with a decent setup here. Might run some more variations on this just to see what we can get out of it. We're gonna have to figure out what the punctuation is on that. I'm not 100% sure. But no, I think it kind of gives me what I was looking for with this. It tells us a little bit about the story, what's going on, the motivations, ideas, the feelings, and all of those kind of things. So I definitely want to do that. Friendship, all one word. I don't like when they do little dashes. But yeah, let's see. Let's switch over to our live. Our assistant is a little cattywampus here, but we're going to take our last break for our stream here in about 20 seconds. We'll come back. We'll do our little cleanups here, get things saved out, and talk about what's going to happen on Wednesday and Friday, and then go from there. So stick around for a few minutes here. We'll be back to roll up our stream. So. Feels like today's got a little bit of jank in it. For some reason, my Firebot is not working correctly. It's supposed to be turning on that timer because it's part of the same folder every time, and it's not doing it for some reason for the past. So now if I go to a different screen. Yeah, that's all working correctly. I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't want Adobe Creative Cloud Diagnostics. Sometimes the jankiness hurts me a little bit, and there should be no jankiness with this at all. That's the funny part. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. Can't figure it out. It worked fine on Sunday with our 500 Little Things podcast, so I don't know what's up with it right now. Okay, so community is back. So everything should be working. Let's see. Okay, so that it should restart. Yep. Commands. It's not a command. It's events. There we go. Ad break. Let's look at some of these. Toggle OBS source visibility. Yes, that is correct. Edit effect. Add folder. Toggle. Correct. So that's right. Nope, that's not there. Scene 2 of 2. Add folder, correct. Scene 2. Add folder. Oh, it's set correctly. Don't know. That's okay. It's okay not to know sometimes. I may have to mess with it on Wednesday on our next stream here. But yeah, we still got lots of work to do on book 3 as we move into the middle of January here. I know I've said this before, we've got lots coming up with in February. We've got our first live event, our first in-person event. That's our video rolling over on the right-hand side here on February 22nd. But we also have a whole bunch of publishing things to do to get ready for the launch of book 3 during the beginning part of 2026 here. Yeah, lots of things to do, lots of things to come up here. Wednesday I will be back for another art stream here. Not 100% sure what we'll be working on. I've got like backup things, I've got some other things that I want to talk about and read about and work on. I've got tons of other things. I know Dreamer was talking to me yesterday. She's like, "Oh, you need to start making some patch items and graphics and stuff like that." I'm like, I know. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. So lots more things to do. We do have 2 special occasions coming up this week, both of them happening this week. On Thursday, we will be debuting our 52nd social media post, which is kind of my 1-year anniversary of. I'll rephrase. every year I set out to do one social media post a week for a whole year. There are 52 weeks in a year, so to get to our 52nd post means that we are ready to basically restart and start over at 1 again. That we've completed the second year of posts, and it's something to celebrate that I've been able to make those videos every week and get them out, and it's kind of cool in that way. So we are going to have a little like year in review for that post. We may work on that on stream on Wednesday a little bit, just depends on how much I get done tomorrow and stuff like that. And then on Friday, we are going to hit our 100th. Oh, thank you, Sora. Hi. We are going to hit our 100th stream. So I've done almost 100 of these so far, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So that's another big one to hit is 100 of something. So it's exciting. Lots of cool things that accomplishments, and they seem small, but I kind of like the small things. I like the small little accomplishments that I set for myself and then am able to achieve. So I think that's kind of cool. So but yeah, so we will be back on Wednesday for more streams. I don't think it's gonna let me do it. I'll try to bring up Google Chrome. This might get dicey. This is what I'm saying, is I've lost some of my capabilities with things I can do for stream, because I can't have as many things open anymore, which is poopy. That's okay. It gives me more time. Hopefully, as soon as this stuff stabilizes more, then we can start branching out and reading some more streams and stuff again, because it literally does not want me to have this open. It is so slow right now. Holy smokes. So yeah, we're just going to end it there for the day, my friends, and we'll pick it up again on Wednesday. So I want to say thank you to Ghost Guy, thank you to Sunny for being in here and chatting, even though we went on a quest out into the middle of nowhere for a little bit there. It was fun. It was a good conversation. It's good things to talk about. So thank you guys for coming in. Like I said, I'll be back on Wednesday, so have a good couple of days, and hopefully I'll see you then. So see you all later. Bye everybody.